Have you ever wondered why fasting was such a significant practice for the prophets and even for Jesus himself? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the spiritual power of fasting and discover how this ancient practice can transform our lives today. Stay with me until the end to uncover the profound impact of fasting and how it can draw us closer to God. Fasting is mentioned numerous times throughout the Bible, but what exactly is its purpose? Let's start with Moses, who fasted for 40 days and nights on Mount Sinai before receiving the Ten Commandments. In Exodus 34:28, it says, "Moses was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights without eating bread or drinking water, and he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments." This act of fasting was a preparation, a time of purification and focus, allowing Moses to fully connect with God and receive his laws. Next, let's look at the prophet Elijah. After a great victory over the prophets of Baal, Elijah fled to the wilderness where he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. 1 Kings 19:8 tells us, "So he got up and ate and drank. Strengthened by that food, he traveled 40 days and 40 nights until he reached Horeb, the mountain of God." This fast was a time of physical and spiritual renewal, preparing Elijah for his next encounter with God and his continued prophetic mission. And of course, we cannot talk about fasting without mentioning Jesus. Before beginning his public ministry, Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness. Matthew chapter 4, verses 2-4 says, "After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, 'If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread.' Jesus answered, 'It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God.'" This period of fasting was a crucial time of preparation, spiritual fortification, and overcoming temptation. Fasting, as demonstrated by Moses, Elijah, and Jesus, is more than just abstaining from food. It's a powerful spiritual discipline that helps us to focus on God, humble ourselves, and seek His will. Isaiah chapter 58, verses 6-7, highlights the true purpose of fasting. "Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood?" True fasting leads to spiritual renewal and actionable compassion. So, how can we apply the practice of fasting in our lives today? Whether it's a complete fast, a partial fast, or even a media fast, the goal remains the same: to draw closer to God. When we set aside our physical needs and distractions, we create space for God to work in our hearts and lives. As Joel chapter 2, verses 12-13 urges, "Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and mourning. Rend your heart and not your garments." By fasting, we return to God with a sincere heart, ready to receive His guidance and blessings. Fasting is a timeless practice with profound spiritual benefits. As we've seen through the lives of Moses, Elijah, and Jesus, fasting prepares us for God's work, strengthens us against temptation, and brings us closer to His presence. I encourage you to explore fasting in your own spiritual journey. Remember, it's not about the act itself, but about the heart behind it, a heart seeking God above all else. Thank you for watching. If you found this video inspiring, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more biblical insights and inspiration. Until next time, stay blessed and stay focused on God's path for your life.